Hey guys, Aum Janakiram here from Exclusive Closer. This is for established coaches and e-learning companies who already have a three-level proven acquisition funnel. You're looking for trained setters and closers, and you're ready to invest in scaling your sales systems and processes. And if you are facing these challenges, which is you don't have a system in place to recruit top professionals, your salespeople don't know how to dig deep to get the pains and the desires, you're unable to maximize on ad spends due to not having qualified sales reps, and perhaps you're stressed about, one or two of your top performers leaving at any point of time, and in most cases, you don't have the time, knowledge, or experience to lead a sales team to victory. If you agree to three or more of these challenges, then you are definitely in the right place because these blind spots are costing you customers who could have bought from you, but your salespeople did not engage effectively. You're losing out on market share because you're accepting excuses and they're going and buying from your competitors. You're losing out on revenue because every day leads are costing you money. And if you're not maximizing on them, then you're leaving a lot of money on the table. And of course, time, which is something that you can't really get back. So if you are going through these problems right now, you must be angry, frustrated, cynical, jaded, and probably lost all hope. Well, I'm here to lend you a helping hand, right? Because I'm going to show you the exact steps that we do here at Exclusive Closer for our coaches and e-learning companies to recruit, train, and manage rockstar setters and closers who will not only make you a lot of money, but be loyal to you for years to come. Does that sound good? I thought so. But first, let me tell you who I am and why I can confidently guide you to achieve this. My name is Aum Janakiram, and I am the founder slash chief energy officer of Exclusive Closer. And since 2019, we've been making sales easier for educators of the world. However, this is not my first venture. That's right. I started way back in 2001, and I've been instrumental in building and managing over 150 high performance teams that generated over 167 crores in revenue in that time, working for small, medium, big, large size companies, as well as my own. I've also performed on stage with power packed shows as well with power teams. So I know how to really get the maximum performance, the winning culture, the speed of what's required to get to the results that we're looking for. Around 2018, we saw a country teeming with billions of people and a competitive market of skilled individuals with disposable income, wanting to upskill themselves so that they could get more money or they could just feel better in life instead of just working on the job. How can they, become more spiritual or more fit? And a new industry was emerging here in India, and that was online coaching. However, a significant challenge surfaced when most coaches realized that they were educators and not salespeople, right? So this led a lot of the coaches out there, putting their hearts and souls into the courses. But when the time came to buy, you were just hearing crickets, right? And the absence of skilled sales closers who really understood the nuances of selling informational products and services was completely missing because they were on the other side of the world, working with Western coaches because of the high ticket and completely ignoring what was happening here in India. And as a result of working as a graveyard shift, they were losing out on their physical health, social circle. A lot of them were becoming obese. And I was seeing this happen right in front of my eyes, just kind of, not being healthy because they were thinking Indian coaches could not, give them the kind of income that they require. So at around that same time, my life took an unexpected twist. I got fired from my cushy job as a head of marketing, and by God's grace, I stumbled upon the world of remote closing. I sought mentorship from the king of high ticket sales himself, Mr. Dan Locke, and under his guidance and the mastermind that I was part of, I delved into the art of high ticket closing, mastering the intricacies of remote sales, and basically how to sell informational products. That's how it works. It's completely different from B2B and any other market out there. Informational products is the key to being able to have a high profit margin. I mean, you already know that, right? Well, apart from this, I also became a certified trainer by the coach of coaches, Mr. Blair Singer, and this started my journey to really figure out, why Indian coaches and Indian closers are not really taking advantage of the situation here. So the solution lay in my hands. I, took it up as a mission to leverage my 20 plus years of experience managing high performance teams and, suddenly wanted to empower coaches and lead closers to realize that there is an untapped potential within the Indian coaching industry. And if you could just find that center point, that's when magic will happen. And after equipping, some of the top coaches like Dave Gadbi, Vishal Manocha, Sandeep Ansali, Gopal Krishnan, Gurleen Kaur, Nivita Muralidhar, and Rohini Mundra, all of these people, including international coaches and international events that were happening, we were able to figure out how to effectively attract and retain closers and in turn scale the revenue of these coaches here. Like, for example, Sandeep Ansali made an additional 33% more revenue, just by inserting a small component that we have. And boom, 2.7 crores was in the kitty, apart from what he was already making. Then you got Vishal Manocha making 3x more sales in just 180 days, which is an additional whopping 1.4 crores for him. These are people who are already platform closers, already doing well, attracting 1,000 leads per week, and just needed that little extra to be able to take it to the next level. Here we got Gurleen Kaur, 45 lakhs extra, Whitecaps 1.8 crores, Nivita Muralidhar 38.6 lakhs, all between a phase of 90 to 180 days, while we steadily grew that to making sure that they're heading towards that 1 crore per month. So with each success story, my team at Exclusive Closer and I have, taken on a mission of helping more coaches and closers to unlock their full potential. And together we're helping transform the Indian coaching industry, one empowered coach and closer at a time. So as the journey continues, I'm here to share important lessons, that I've learned along the way so that you can attract superstar closers who not only going to make you a lot of money, but be loyal to you for years to come. And simultaneously, I want you to be able to help them excel in their roles, help you become a better mentor to lead these closers, provide them with the training support that's required so that once my job is done, you can take this on all by yourself, or we could still be in the picture, right? See, at the end of the day, the secret sauce of keeping everything together is our commitment to world-class recruitment, training, and management. Right. So that we can create a win-win-win environment where everyone succeeds, everyone's making a lot of money. And we're just, making sure that every closer and person who's involved in the team goes through meticulous training, hands-on guidance, honing their skills, with the latest advanced remote closing frameworks, and making sure that their percentages are going up and up and up so that that's being monitored on a constant basis, and that they're just working like a high performance team. Wouldn't that be something really good for your team as well? I thought so. Of course, we've deployed over 200 closers who have generated over 50 crores of, sales. We've made sure that this has happened with not just me, but, my team over here who have years and years of experience, managing people. For example, Srini, he comes to Srinivasan. He comes from a very wealth of experience. Aniket is an awesome closer. Manoj is an awesome trainer. And like I said, I want to be able to share with you the inner workings of how Exclusive Closer, can help guarantee you to scale your revenue from 20 to 30 lakhs from to 1 to 2 crores. How awesome would that be? So let's get started, shall we? Basically, there are 3 steps to success in this whole process. And this is a very top level that I'm going to talk to you about because I've already shown you a specific strategies on how to really increase your revenue. Now I'm going to talk to you about how are we going to basically get that longevity, the systems, the processes, the people, right? So 1 is you need a system that makes it easier for you to find and recruit passionate sales professionals. 2, you need a system that makes it easier for you to continually educate and retain your top performers in your sales team. And 3, you need a system that makes it easier to progressively skyrocket your revenue. You do these 3 things and you are golden, right? And I'm going to show you exactly what needs to be done in this presentation that's coming along here. And if you stay till the end, I've got a very special surprise for you. So do listen up, take some notes, and just basically get all this stuff down, because at the end of the day, when we jump on the strategy call, we don't have to explain all of this again to you. We're just talking about how specifically I can help you using the strategies and the systems and the frameworks that I'm about to show you. Does that make sense? Perfect. So make sure you're in a quiet room and let's get diving into this right now. Step 1, you need a system that makes it easier for you to find and recruit passionate sales professionals. So what do I mean by that? Coming together is just the beginning. Staying together is progress. And working together is success. Famously said by Henry Ford. I just love this statement. So when you follow our AIR framework, you will be able to easily recruit great sales talent. What does AIR stand for? Well, AIR stands for attract, inspire, and reward. So let's talk about attraction. So to attract great salespeople, you need to create an attractive job post and an application page that showcases why you are awesome, and start to get as many video applications as you want from a proven system in terms of an application form that we're going to talk to you about just a bit. So example of a job post that's attracted over 600 A-player candidates to us. We're talking about the position, urgency, who we are, what they will get, and what are the requirements that you are looking for that will make sure that they are the right fit for you. And once they've seen this, you want to be able to direct them to an application page where you talk about, the culture, the position, the remuneration, the things that go on behind the scenes, and also step-by-step instructions on how to apply. Once you do this, you're going to get hundreds and hundreds of applications, and you're going to also be able to manage this in a system that's going to ensure that they go through different levels of steps, and we screen out this people right here. So while screening, you will typically attract 2 types of closers. You'll get people who have basic experience, good communication skills, and will probably expect anywhere between 10 to 15 commissions. These are people who already know about high ticket closing, and obviously they will want a small monthly stipend so that they can take care of basic expenses. Or you will get a sales closer that has experience, and you have to play a base to them so that you're able to retain them, and you'll have to give them anywhere between 10 to 15% commission. So these are the typical 2 types of people. If you are looking for people to come in on a pure commission basis and you're expecting them to last with you for a very, very long time, well, you better have some amazing, processes and systems, and be an amazing leader, which we unfortunately have not seen from many, many people out here. But if you have, kudos to you. I think you're already on your way. You probably don't even need to continue watching this video. But if you haven't, if you're having those problems, those challenges that we talked to you about earlier, stay through this, right? So AIR is, again, we got attract, and then we got inspire. So what happens once they've submitted their applications, right? You want to be able to inspire them. You want to be able to make them feel that, wow, this is the place that I want to work with. And what we do is we go through typically 4 rounds, where round 1, once they've made an application, we send them the vision, mission, and next steps videos so that they're completely clear that this is what they are going to be getting into. And that's going to be followed by a more info gathering and a basic sales skill test. which will either be automated or will be done by our recruiter. Round two, you'll send them a congratulations video. You've gone to round two. You do the aptitude and attitude test with the manager, and then you want to do a commitment and loyalty test with the owner or the coach or whoever is going to take that final call. Because at the end of the day, you want them to be able to know that this is the right person for you. But it doesn't end there. You've got round three, where this is where the proof of the pudding really is, right? So this is where you tell them, hey, this is your final mission. You've gotten so far. Congratulations. Here is your grit test. So grit test is something that you want to be able to do in order to test, can they really do what they say they can do, right? So you want to give them something, some sort of test, either a set of numbers that they're going to call out, or you're going to be, put them through a series of objection handling sessions where, you test their objection handling skills, whatever it might be. We have a certain system. Be happy to share that with you once we start working with each other. Round four would be, you have passed, my friends. Really, really excited. This makes the process really engaging. And this is where you open the books and show them, hey, this is the kind of sales we've made. These are the kind of, results that we're getting. And this is your irresistible compensation plan where, you're going to make a lot of money with us. So if you have come this far, that means I trust that, we are a good fit, and this is the time that we take it to the next level. So what is the irresistible compensation plan? We're going to show you all of that once you're in with us. Pro tips: owners should not conduct round one and round three. Schedule a mock call with another salesperson from your team so that you can do a vibe check. Make sure, when they're on a peer-to-peer level, everything is great. And if they're not selected at any stage, make sure you send them a polite rejection video. I've seen this work wonders. People respect this. They like, thank you so much. 99% of people out there don't really do this. We really appreciate you for doing this. We're going to stick along, and we're going to get better and try again in the future. And that's exactly what you want. You want these loyal fans who are following you and are going to tell other people about you as well. This is we've talked about inspire, attract. Let's talk about reward. So once they've been selected, this is where you reward them. So what does that mean? You make sure you give them a comprehensive onboarding. You just don't say, okay, here are the colleagues, start calling. That doesn't work. You give them a comprehensive onboarding. You make sure that they are up to speed with advanced high-ticket sales trainings. Here at Exclusive Closer, we have HTC, Jeremy Miners NAPQ, Cole Gordon 7-figure selling systems, and they have to go through all of this and be able to get ready to be able to get on the calls, even though they're already good closers themselves. We want to give them a positive culture to thrive, challenging targets and incentives, positive attitude under pressure, and also we want to encourage them to bond with the team and inspire healthy competition. So this is what's going to really make sure that you will be in that top 1% category of best coaches to work with, and word of mouth will attract like-minded salespeople because they're not going to go anywhere once they've experienced this kind of process, right? But of course, it's not over. Now, this is where we have to get to the next step. But before that, I got a few pro tips. Make sure that you have clear instructions, your SOPs. Make sure there's tutorials in the LMS for them to refer back at any time. You want to treat them with respect as you would your business partner, right? They are not vendors. I've seen people, treat closers so badly, they just don't want to be there anymore. At the end of the day, they're here to make money for you. They are a business partner to you. So you want to treat them with respect. And once they achieve that target, increase it just by 15 to 20% every quarter. Don't go ahead and say, oh, let's make it 100% now. You can do much better. And then, eventually what's going to happen, you're going to force them to get demotivated and quit at some point in time. Stay true to your word. If you mention we're going to change around your comp plan after 3 months or 6 months, or if you're going to give you something that we promised, stay true to your word. Otherwise, you're going to lose them at the end of the day. So if you implement our AIR framework, you will get a system that makes it easier for you to find and recruit passionate sales professionals. True? All right.
Hi, everyone. I am Jyoti Nokula. I am the founder for Next Gen Product Manager, where we teach product manager management and business professionals how to transition into AI and agentic AI roles and how to crack PM interviews. I've been teaching for the past 2.5. I was searching and looking for how do I build a sales team, and that's when I got to know Exclusive Closer and met with Aum, and my experience has been phenomenal so far. I have not just received the right service, which I'll go into in a second, but I've also received good mentorship on what works well in this space, how to entice closers, and how do you retain them, how do you nurture them. So getting that valuable mentorship from Aum felt like someone who is in with you and trying to make your business work was very encouraging, as getting that valuable mentorship and partnership. So it really felt like it was a team and not like a client-vendor relationship. Right from day one, Aum has given me the best experience. He tried to understand my needs, suggested the changes as needed, and brought in 2 amazing closers in my first ever cohort with my own platform, my own marketing and everything my own. I started off with 35 students, and then we scaled it up to 70, and now I launched 2 additional courses, and the same closers who we started with are continuing in this journey, and it's given a lot of boost for my business. And as we were looking to scale, I wanted another closer, which Aum was able to find. And throughout the time, he does keep the expectations straight by saying, this is what this person expects. Here's how you have to think about it. And he also suggested bringing in an appointment setter to help the closers. And so all of my sales team, we were able to form it because of Aum, an exclusive closer.